we're all guilty of liking an avoidant dude.
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
there's something
it's
about
the new
like
bad boy.
Yeah, it's the bad boy. Like that's what makes a guy a bad boy. It's just like you don't know what the fuck he's thinking.
Most of the time they're just dumb, but yeah, you don't know what they're thinking.
Hey guys, it's me, Stefanie Maegan, your host of Broco Therapy, and guess the fuck what? We got Rose and Larry on the pod. Some of you guys are probably like, who the fuck is Larry? And Larry is Nina's boyfriend. And if you guys don't remember who Nina is one of my best friends. And we did an episode a couple months ago about her becoming a mom. I decided to have him on the podcast because one day we were talking about how besides Nina, he's never broken up with anybody. He's just ghosted them. So I was like, okay, this man is obviously has an avoidant attachment styles. And we always talk about the anxious attachment styles. And we always talk about us getting ghosted. So why not bring a perspective of someone who has ghosted plenty of people before? And of course, if you guys love the podcast, show some love, spread the love, and give me some love. I don't know where that came from. Well, I hope you guys enjoy this episode after the break. Broke girl therapy. Aww. Are you gonna put it on your LinkedIn? Because he's huge on LinkedIn. He's like a LinkedIn influencer.
LinkedIn Larry.
LinkedIn Larry. That's what we call him, LinkedIn Larry. Like he's on LinkedIn. That's why I'm like, are you nervous? Yeah. We just did the ad with the dildos, and I'm like, is this okay? Like, is LinkedIn Larry gonna?
I think it's fine. There's probably not a lot of crossover between LinkedIn. That's my guess.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I'm not gonna.
Most of my
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn friends are just people from the Middle East trying to get a job at my company.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, okay.
And you're like,
well,
I'm not
fair.
sure.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into it.
Are you nervous? Because your daughter literally called you out and said you were nervous.
She literally
Lily
said,
was like, no,
Dude,
Dad said that he was nervous in the car. And I was like,
that's
what
the
else?
problem with having a kid. Like, there are no secrets at all.
No.
I know. I asked her. I was like, what else should you not be telling me right now?
Tell me more.
So are you nervous?
Dude, the worst was like one time I wanted to like bleach my teeth, right? So I was telling Nina, I'm like looking in the mirror as I'm driving, and Lily's in the back. She's like playing video games, like completely to herself. I'm like looking in the mirror. I'm like, oh, I really need to bleach my teeth. They're so yellow. And Nina's like, oh, no, they're not. And Lily's like, yes, they are. They're yellow.
She's like, no, I'm sorry,
Kids
Dad.
are assholes.
No, that's what it is. But we love her for that, though, right?
Yeah,
Because
well,
then
they're
she's gonna
honest.
stop.
Which is kind of goes to like this whole topic where we're talking about ghosting and being avoidant. And the reason why I have Rose is because she's recently been ghosted.
You're a victim of the ghosting.
I mean, like, yeah, I guess not recently. I mean, it was like January.
But we've
January,
talked about it in the last like 5 episodes that you're on.
Well, because I've been so hung up on it, which is
Okay.
just think if only
Is it all one person or is it multiple ghosting incidents?
No, it's just one person. This is the first time I've actually been like ghosted. Like to a point where there was like a kind of a joke in the group chat that we had to like stop making where we were like, did he die? Because like he kind of stopped talking to me around the fires. And like one of the last text messages he sent me was like, oh yeah, like I gotta go like check on my grandma. She's like in the hot zone with the fires. And then some other shit happened. And then he literally like never heard from him.
What's like a level of contact prior to the ghosting incident?
At this point, it was like kind of like he was getting a little distancy, so I had brought it up to him, and I said, "Hey, I feel like you're dealing with a lot right now in life and like everything, and I like want to give you space, and I really respect you. Like, I think that maybe we should just like put a pause so you can like focus on your shit." And he's like, "Yeah, like I feel like I've been really bad with communicating, and that's all you've asked of me." And I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm so sorry. I do want to take a step back." And I was like, "Okay." In that stepping back, though, one of my boundaries is I just don't want to communicate with you during that time because I just am like, I want you to focus on you, which he then spiraled and was like, I can't lose you. No, what are you talking about? Like, that's not what I want. Like, I'll be better at communicating. And I was like, no. Like, I'm like, I genuinely think you should focus on yourself. But like, I mean, sure, if you want to continue communicating, like, we can kind of work out a way, but I do think you should probably just, like, maybe we could just text. We don't have to see each other, but I want you to, like, give you your space and respect that. And then he was like, okay, great, let's hang out on a Wednesday. And we had made plans that, like, Friday. And I was like, okay, cool. So then Tuesday, I'm like, hey, are we still hanging out? And he just, like, liked it. And then Tuesday came around.
Do you have, like, the thing on your iPhones with, like, red receipts?
He doesn't have it for, like, I can't see when he's, like,
Okay.
read something.
I feel like everyone turns that off now, right? Like,
my sister has it on all the time. There's a lot of people, my parents do. I think my dad accidentally has it on.
That's rude.
I remember when
have
I
it?
first came out, I didn't know how I understood. And then I was ghosting people. And I was like,
Oh my God. So they would know because you would
You got
actually.
caught.
You,
Yep, see? There you go.
my-
You read the message and you kept it dead.
well,
But
this
yeah.
is going to be perfect because I'm a classic ghoster.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
Okay,
start from
that's
the
why
beginning.
it's a
Let's
thing.
let's get to know Larry. Let's ask a few questions because
Okay,
I
yeah.
got notes, guys.
Let's go.
So, what's your ghosting track record?
Oh.
Because so when we talked, and the reason why I had you on is because I was actually talking about Rose and her ghosting. And I was like, why do men ghost? And I asked you, and you're like, oh yeah, no, I've like ghosted all the time.
So I've like, besides Nina, like never broken up with a girl. Just ghost. Just like,
You're a literal
Almost.
funeral home?
I'm like the worst.
You're a
I'm
haunted
the
house.
worst ever.
Wow.
Yeah, I have so many stories of ghosting.
Wait, so you would even like date women for however long, and
So it's like, it's not like me like being mean. It's me like, so okay, here, you want to get to know me. So
Yeah, yeah.
I grew up with sisters, right?
There we go.
Okay.
Single mom, 2 sisters,
Mm.
dad was divorced, dad lived like on his own or whatever. And so I was always around girls. So I feel like I was telling Steph this the other day, I feel like I know how to get under girls' skin, like really good at it.
Okay.
And like, I feel like sometimes like ghosting, you can make people even like more angry than
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
actually saying something. And then also on top of that, because I have 2 sisters, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So then I'm just like, I'm just not going to respond.
So it's a
It's gonna
double-edged
disappear.
sword. You
Yeah, I
want to
feel like-
get under someone's skin, and you also don't want to hurt someone's feelings.
Yeah, I want to be liked. I don't
Okay,
want
but the
anyone to
thing is
dislike me.
when you do that, though, how are they supposed to know which intention you were choosing?
Well, I know that now because I'm older,
Oh,
more
okay.
mature.
Okay, but
I know,
but at the
Larry's grown up
time,
a
did you
lot.
think? Did you not think about that? Like, you can't. 2 intentions can't exist, but one can only be chosen. Like, you weren't
Well,
aware of that.
Yeah, so what I've learned, and like it took like years to learn this, but like no response is a response,
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Like no response is a response,
Mhm.
right? And it's like, but yeah, I have like,
but I hate that though. I like
well, yeah, it's like it's a weak thing to do.
Mhm.
Like it's a non-confrontational thing to do. It's
I
like
do
weak.
appreciate you saying weak because I do think that some people think it's like a strong, silent type that they're doing. You know what I mean? Like they're
Like,
being stoic or something.
right, like it makes them more powerful like, in
Yeah.
the situation, like you know.
And that's the whole thing.
It's a
It's a power move.
avoidance. It's avoidance.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like when Miller ghosted me, I think that was his retaliation of like, I had the power for a hot second because I was like, oh, I want to cut off communication, but like I let him know.
yeah.
and
I wouldn't
then-
consider that ghosting.
Really? That him, like what I was doing?
What you were doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
you're-
I wasn't ghosting him, but I think that's why then he then ghosted me. Is that he was like, oh God, this girl was right. I didn't need time to myself. And then instead of saying that, he just stopped responding.
And I also think like maybe because you were willing to just like let him go. Like that
Mhm.
kind of does like an ego thing too. It's like, oh damn, you could just like drop me like that. Like I didn't.
Well, I
mean enough to
didn't.
you.
I mean, I was like
yeah,
texting
but you
him.
were willing to be like, oh.
Oh yes,
you
at
know.
that time when I was like willing to at
Yeah.
least give him the space because I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought that was like, usually if someone gave me that option, I'd be like, wow, that's really fucking
Do
sweet.
you think like a part of him at that situation like kind of like detached emotionally?
Yes,
And
I
then
do.
that like allowed him to like emotionally be able to ghost you.
And have like in a weird way to feel like he had the power. You know what I mean? Because I do think there was like an interesting power dynamic that was happening between me and him the whole time where I just was like, yeah, no, this is just how I live. Like I'm a single girl. Like, yeah, sure, you and I can like fucking have fun and enjoy each other, but like I'm going to be out here doing what I want to do. You can also be
Yeah.
out there doing what you want to do. And so I think he had some issues with that kind of like freedom sometimes, but didn't want to admit it.
Yeah.
Which were, Steph
Yeah.
kind of put me
Like,
on game with.
Yeah, because I feel like it's like, oh, you could just go out there and like fuck a bunch of guys. Like it does. I feel like, Larry, do you think that would kind of hurt a male's ego a little bit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's the thing. Like people are like men are the most sensitive.
Yes.
Men are the most sensitive. Like
1000%.
and they don't know how to deal with their emotions
Yeah.
for the most part.
I learned
Like-
But
that
going back
last
to you,
night.
though,
night.
like, where do you? I know you grew up with like sisters and stuff, but like, let's dive deeper. Like, where did the avoidant happen? Like, when you just didn't want to confront your feelings?
Dang, you're like my therapist.
I know. This
Hello, broke girl therapy.
Yeah.
Therapy.
See what show you're on.
Uh,
Zoom in.
No, yeah, I think like I'm a child divorced, right? My parents got divorced when I was 7, and like your parents just leave, and then they're like, "Oh, everything will be okay," and then they just never talk about it. That's one, and like my whole mom's family, I feel like this is like very like that Western European like culture passed down. Like my grandpa like escaped World War II via Poland to America, and that's why that family came over here. They never talk about that.
Yeah.
It's just everything goes under the bed. Like my uncle, like died of suicide when I was young. No one's ever talked about that. Like everything is just pushed down. You like look pretty. You put on your church clothes. Like that's just like the culture of where I'm from.
Yeah, just ignore it. Just ignore it. It'll go away.
It'll go away. Just ignore it. We don't talk about
Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno or whoever, right? Like that's like in the closets behind us. Like I think that's like really normal for my family. And so then like obviously I think that's how it comes out.
Yeah.
Like if I had to guess. I don't really do much psychoanalysis of myself.
I mean, that makes sense. If it's like, it's kind of seems like it's like a generational, like.
Generational trauma is so fucking real.
Yeah, exactly. Like you pick up habits from your parents. So if your parents are like they're not like talking about those types of things or like not confronting certain situations, and like that's just like a habit you're going to build.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
And were you raised hella religious?
No, my mom was Catholic, but my dad was a preacher's son. So my grandfather was a Nazarene preacher in Texas, and my dad was raised like extremely religious, like over the top religious.
Okay, so he rebelled kind of against that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, so that
my
explains.
dad was wild. My
Was
dad
he
has
really?
great stories. Yeah.
Do you think you're your father's son?
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
was gonna say Larry's on his wild side.
Okay.
Yeah, so my dad, like he was like a preacher's son in Texas, Nazarene, West Texas, right? Like super religious. So like every Sunday he would go do like whatever. I don't know what you do at church. Like you do the altar boy stuff in Christian church, but it's different. Anyways, so he like goes out one night and they go get cigarettes and they dip them in PCP.
Shut the fuck up! And they smoked them.
Sherm, right? Like, in LA, they call it Sherm. And so he's smoking PCP cigarettes.
How old were they?
He's like a teenager, right? He's
Jesus
still like going to
Christ.
church every Sunday.
His brain is still developing.
And so he like wakes up in the morning. He's like, oh shit, it's like I gotta go to church. So he like gets in the car, goes to church, and before he goes into church, he like pulls a cigarette out of his pack, lights up, and smokes a cigarette. And he walks inside, and like the pews of the church are just like whoa, whoa.
Oh my god!
And he's like in a panic, sitting in church, like high on PCP, like oh shit, I smoked the wrong cigarette.
Oh no! So you were being like told these stories. Like how old were you when you were being told this stuff about your dad?
Oh, older. Like me and my dad like developed a relationship.
Better
like as older. Yeah, he wasn't a good kid dad, but he was a good adult dad because he has fun stories like that, right?
Yeah.
Which goes into the avoidant situation. It's like you probably didn't have like that. I feel like father son kind of like relationship at a young age.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it weird though when your parents got a divorce, seeing your dad? Like, did you ever see him date, or like he obviously he remarried, right? But did you ever see him in relationships or see other women like their relationship with your dad?
No.
Okay.
Like my dad, they got divorced and like almost immediately he was like with another lady.
I was gonna say this is so typical. My dad has done it too. Like I feel like it's so normal.
You don't mourn, you replace.
Right. I was gonna say, but I also say like there's like a high percentage, and I probably have to look for like some sort of stats somewhere because I hear this all the time where like most guys when they like divorce their wives are always the first ones to get remarried, and usually it's pretty quickly after.
3.5 years.
Oh yeah.
My dad was like barely a year later.
Yeah, but that's like
my
this
dad too,
average
yeah.
average time apparently is 3.5 years.
Wow.
That it takes because women live longer when they're single and men live longer when they're with women.
For sure.
And
but
so,
I think you've always been a relationship type though.
are you
Always been a
serial
relationship.
monogamous?
Serial monogamous, yeah.
Yeah.
Always had a girlfriend. Like in high school, I had like a serious girlfriend. All through high school, I always had serious girlfriends.
What was the longest amount of time you were actually single?
That's a good question. I don't really know, but like probably a year. Right.
Whoa. Okay, sorry. That's
So when did you have time to ghost people?
But
Yeah,
okay,
like ghost them all.
No,
besides
but I
Nina,
feel like
yeah.
this is not fair because like I have friends that like they'll like hook up with a chick and then they'll be like friends after. I've never had that relationship with a girl.
Okay.
Every
Fair,
girl I've
yep.
hooked up with, we've been like, let's go get breakfast tomorrow. Hey, good morning. Like, it's always like developed further. And I feel like there's something about my personality that triggers that a little bit, maybe.
Okay.
I
Maybe
don't know.
because a lot of times super avoidant people tend to attract super anxious
Attachment styles. Yeah.
style.
Oh,
That
for
might be
So you
true.
probably like that's what you're attracting. So they're like clinging on to you because you're just one, you're a relationship person, but two, like I think we're all guilty of liking an avoidant dude.
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
there's something
It's
about
the new
like
bad boy.
Yeah, it's the bad boy. Like that's
Yeah.
what makes a guy a bad boy. It's just like you don't know what the fuck he's thinking.
Yeah.
And you have to
Most
like
of the time they're just dumb. But
So-
yeah, you don't know what they're thinking.
I've had, and I don't know, like, if you guys have ever said this to someone, but like, I've had a girls a lot of times say, like, I don't want to hook up with you. Like, I want to date you. Like, I don't want to have a one night stand with
Yeah.
you, right? Like, if we're going
Yeah.
to hook up, like, I want it to be
like
something
they
more
need
serious.
to be. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like been a pretty common theme in my life.
Oh no.
Rose, you look like you're shocked.
Because Rose
Well,
is
'cause
the
that-
opposite. I'm that type that would be like
you guys,
that.
I'm realizing that is literally what happened to me last night. That is what he's saying to me.
That he wants a relationship.
Kind of, yeah.
That's exactly what I was trying to tell you, but not so direct.
Oh my God, this is what he's trying to tell me. This is
Because you're
therapy.
so.
This feels like
But
couples
also, Rose,
therapy
like
as
you're
friends.
also avoidant too. So this is like just a room full of avoidance. Besides,
But I'm
myself, I was
also-
an anxious attachment.
I
now
but
secure,
I definitely
but
do
you're
think
secure too. You're more, but you were. More,
Yeah, I feel like you have avoidance, but you're comfortable with conflict. So
Yes,
you're okay
yes,
texting
yeah.
someone.
But I
being
think
like,
that's why I borderline, weirdly enough, with talking to my therapist, that borderline's anxious and secure, because the anxious side of me is like, well, I know something's wrong, so I want to talk about it, which is why I'm so willing to
Yeah.
have the awkward
well,
conversation.
I think avoidant and anxious attachment are both anxious.
Oh, without a
It's
doubt.
just,
It's just
you
a
know,
different type. It's just whether
yeah.
I'm thinking about myself or the other person in the moment.
Right.
You know? And so it's like, that's what it is. But I fuck, the way you're saying it now, it's like I am realizing that is what I am so frustrated with. What happened to me last night is that I'm like, oh my God, this is literally him being like, I don't want to hook up with you. I want to date you. And
Not
I'm
with
like,
Miller,
and
just for context.
with
for people
this is a
listening,
whole
another
other
guy.
gentleman.
And we'll get into that.
Yeah,
later,
we're gonna.
but just
Will we? I don't know.
don't know.
It's never gonna happen. It's fine. Everything's. I'm okay. Anyways, but that idea that like you could, that scares the shit out of me. Does that scare you?
dating?
That if a girl
When
was
girls
like,
would say
I
that to
want,
you.
when said that to you?
No, it
yeah.
makes me mad. I want to be like my buddy Dustin, who's like sleeping with a bunch of chicks and never calls them again, right? Like
yeah.
But but it doesn't
Interesting.
scare me to like date girls. Like I've never had a problem with that.
Have you ever had a one night stand?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, a
for
few.
sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like
Okay.
a few.
Scandalous.
He's like, no, come
now
on.
that I'm
He's
like,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
into it, yeah,
You're
You're like,
for sure,
yeah. But do you think that, I feel like sometimes though, okay, if now we're really defining the word and giving like the umbrella term of ghosting, like I've had one night stands where it's been like, okay, great, that was really nice. And then
yeah, same.
it's like a mutual, like I don't even
And
think
you'll never
ghosting,
see them
if
again.
ghosting, I feel like it's a one-way thing. I don't think it's a mutual thing.
I think ghosting's like an interesting topic because there's like levels of ghosting.
Yes.
Like I think we should like go through those.
Okay.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
there's like
You seem to be the expert.
I know.
Where are
I
the
was
levels?
saying, I was
expert.
like, you.
Okay.
so there's like young kid ghosting where it's like
Okay. Baby ghost.
yeah, baby ghost, right? Which is like level 1 ghosting.
Yeah.
Which is like you're like have no idea what's going on, no real feel. You're just like
You're like, I don't want to deal with this. Bye. And it's also
Yeah.
like you probably went on one date or two. Like you barely like had a relationship with this person.
yeah, this is like the
Yeah.
ghosting where you don't even know you're ghosting.
Right.
You're just like
Infantile,
see her text
yeah.
and don't respond and are like whatever.
Right.
And then 3 weeks later you get an angry text message back or something, right?
Yeah.
I think that's like level 1.
Well, okay, it's like you
Yeah,
have
so-
the first level of baby ghosting where it's like, I'm a baby, I didn't know any better.
Yes, yeah. Then there's, I'm going to call it like subcategory of ghosting.
Okay.
And Steph and I were actually talking about this the other day, is the unintentional ghost. And it's a miscommunication is what it is. And I had one of these, like when I was young, I was like talking to a girl. We had like a made out kind of thing, you know, like young, this is young Larry. And then, so we're like texting back and forth. And then like I send her a text and she never responds. Right. And so I just never text her back. And I see at her party like a month later and she's around like a group of friends and she's like, Larry the ghoster. And I was like, you, bitch.
What?
Did you say fuck you, bitch?
No.
You thought it.
Of course
You
not.
thought
you
it.
just
Kind.
thought it. Yeah.
Nice.
But I brought
Thought it
up
very
my
loudly.
phone and like showed her. I was like, I texted you last and you didn't respond, and I don't have enough self-esteem to like text you 10 times again. So I just never responded. And she was kind of like, oh, but at that time, like all her friends had already laughed at me and everyone was making fun of me. So it was like over.
Aw.
But that was just like a miscommunication. She probably like the text message got lost amongst the 10 other guys that were texting her or whoever was texting her, and she just forgot to text back. And then I got labeled as a ghoster because she like didn't realize I was the last one to
Well,
text.
no,
like,
you got labeled as a ghoster because she's an idiot.
she's
Yeah,
an
yeah,
idiot.
yeah.
Well, that
She's
was
an idiot.
like
that-
that's not a ghost. That's
Yeah.
like a haunting or like a zombie.
Sure, that's
you know,
yeah, that's why it's like a
subcategory.
She just
Yeah.
wanted to have
Yeah.
a problem with you.
It's
That's
a
true.
miscommunication.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think along those lines, I have seen this in the past, not saying you're one of them or you're one of them, but there's girls who will be like, they'll go like 1 week and they'll be like, you ghosted me. And
I do it. Yeah. No,
And you're like-
you need a longer amount of time. I do it because I also know with like a week, I'm always like, oh shit, like the amount of, like, you know, I had a whole
Right.
week to figure out this weekend and I couldn't. Like, there's a lot that can happen in a week.
there's and the timeline of non-response is relative to the development of the relationship.
Yes.
If
okay,
you're
yeah,
talking like once every 3 days and a guy doesn't text you back for 5 days, that's not ghost,
Okay.
right? You know what
What
I'm
is
saying?
the ghost time for you then?
I don't know. I think it's relative, right? Because
It's subjective.
if you're texting each other good morning every day and texting all through work and then texting each other good night for 2 months and then you don't get a text message for 3 days, that's kind of a ghost. Like, but 3
Okay,
days
yeah.
isn't very long. But if you guys are
But
talking
consistent, yeah.
compared
Yeah,
to the
right.
condensity of something, and then all of a sudden you're like nothing. You're like, ooh, that's like a. Yeah, you're right. I would get a weird feeling if that was.
because basically what it means is like you're like met up with another girl, or like
Yeah.
you're doing something where you're like don't want to be seen on your phone texting this person. It's kind of what the vibe is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think ghosting is like relative,
Okay.
For sure.
and then there's like this is like level 2 ghosting.
Okay.
This is like
Baby
this
ghost
is like
to.
yeah, this is where it starts to get real, right? This
Okay.
is like a ghoul in the closet.
I love
right?
that you've experienced all these steps.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to
Yeah,
do
give us
personally.
tea.
Okay, let's go.
This is like you're basically dating. Like
Yeah.
you're basically dating and maybe another girl comes along or maybe something happens or maybe you see some like bad internet video of her where you're like
It's very specific.
yeah.
You think this is?
Was this?
I feel like I'm like, okay, wait, did you talk to Miller? I'm like, wait a second.
Wait, are you? Yeah, you're trying.
Are you gonna be like,
Very
and
specific.
Miller is here? You know? Oh my God.
Like, come on in, Miller.
Okay, yeah, come on, buddy. Okay, so there's like, there's an event happens.
Yeah, event happens.
Okay.
Right? And then you just like go silent and you're like, I can't talk to this person. Like
Okay.
I can't do it. Like either I'm too mad or I'm too jealous or I'm too something where you're just like, I'm not responding to this person. I'm cutting it
you're
off.
done.
And I'm too much of kind of a weakling to be like, hey, I saw you, or non-confrontational to be like, hey, I saw you post an Instagram post with this guy I don't like and I felt very uncomfortable. Can you tell me what's going on there?
Okay.
Right? You just like disappear. That's like level, what are we on? Level 2?
2. That's level
Yeah.
2.
What's
Yeah.
the next level? Oh my god.
I feel like that's the most
Okay,
common. I think it's the most common because like guys do get jealous. They're very sensitive and like they don't know how to handle those emotions. So they're just like, I'm just going dark.
because they want to act too cool. For
Yeah.
The situation.
Yeah. Or they're getting mad over something that like they don't really understand, especially like social media. I feel like it's a big
Yeah.
problem because it's like you may have like a brother that you haven't seen in a while and you post a picture of him on Instagram.
they're
And then
gonna-
like there's some guy you've just started dating who doesn't know your family.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck this bitch. She's out at a bar with a guy. Like he doesn't even know.
he's gonna,
Yeah, very true. And I do have like a lot of guy friends, and I also am very open about like I'm with dudes, like I think. But again, I'm like, okay, I'll keep my thoughts to myself to the end. But I do want to point out something you did say with the side zombie haunting ghosting story, and also what you just mentioned and with level 2 is this idea of like you didn't have. I think the phrase you just used was, I didn't have the self-esteem to text you 10 times.
Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
that takes confidence?
Well, it's like a,
Because most would say that would be an insecure thing. Is like if someone is
Yeah.
just constantly
let me
hitting it.
back up here. I
Okay.
had sisters growing up. I've always had girls that are friends.
Mhm.
I've always had like a best friend that's a girl. That's pretty typical for me. And I can't tell you how many times I've like been hanging out with girls and they're like, God, this guy won't stop texting me. God, this guy's so
so
gross.
you've seen the
God,
other
this-
side.
The
Okay.
This
negative side
weirdo
of it.
keeps texting me good morning. It's so disgusting, right? And so even though I know I'm not that guy, like
Mhm.
part of me is like,
The
I
projection
don't
of
wanna
it.
be
I don't
that
be
guy.
looking like that guy.
I don't want to be talking about in
Yeah.
the room like that, you know?
That's
I mean,
fair.
to be fair, you could just be like, you can stop saying good morning to me. But again, I'll keep my thoughts to myself. I need to stop.
Yeah.
I'm realizing not everyone needs to be so radically honest, and I am working on that.
But okay, I have a question. I know we're rewinding a little bit, but
No, you
I
should.
just want to like dig in a little bit. But I remember you said when you were talking about how you were raised with all sisters and you knew how to get under their skin. What did you do to get under their skin?
That's a great question.
I mean,
and second, did you ever carry that in relationships?
Oh,
Yes,
Like, what did you do
yes.
with your sisters that you would do with?
okay,
like,
I'll
in your-
give it a bad example, but I was like, I had this job.
It was a good example.
I
No, I
had
want a
this
bad
job
Okay, bad one. Yeah.
where I had a woman that was a boss. She was my boss, my superior, and she was a woman. And she was pretty, right? And she got like a lot of attention, but she was like kind of power chick boss, right? And she did something that like kind of like made me mad. I forget what it was. And like we were in the office and she had a cupcake.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, as if you needed another cupcake.
you said that?
Yeah, I know. I still like have like cold sweats in the night, like waking up and thinking about, oh my God, I'm the worst person ever. But it's like one of those things, like I didn't call her fat.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
call her
That
a
is-
name,
no,
but
I
I
get
knew
you. Woman
exactly
thing.
how to like.
Girl.
Yeah.
Girl clocked it. I get what you're
That
So-
is like such a, yeah.
manipulative, like, because that could also sound like in a girl term that could be a compliment, like, sweetie, you know you don't need that, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's
but
right.
I
cutting.
knew
But
like
you,
yeah.
but you knew that it was
what
like,
was the reaction? What did she?
She was just like, like. So I read an article in Maxim one time when I was like 14. I had subscription to Maxim. I was
For the articles and not the pictures, obviously.
Obviously,
Yes.
research.
But I'm like a nerd and I would actually read the articles and masturbate to the photos. But,
You were a smart nerd using both heads. That's
yeah,
great.
after I
Okay.
was done masturbating,
Yeah.
after that.
He was like, if you could open the pages, you could read the article.
Yeah. The
hard to
articles were
do.
only on the pages I couldn't open.
Yes, exactly.
So, but there was a great article. It was written by a woman writer that was a cocktail waitress. And like in the article, she talked about her experience being a cocktail waitress. And like she kind of like boiled men down to like two categories. And she's basically like, there's two types of men. There's like the type of man when you're a cocktail waitress who look at you like you're a piece of meat. And there's the type of men who look at you and feel sorry for you. And she was like, neither one is good.
Yeah, I was about to say, I wouldn't. It's like, what would you rather be, annoying or boring? And I don't want to be either.
Well,
of those things.
and
Yeah.
it's like I'm the latter, like with the guy with sisters, where I look at the cocktail waitress and I'm like, oh man, that job must suck. I feel bad for you, right?
Right.
Do you
like
want to
where-
save her?
Yeah,
I
maybe
think
it's like
so-
a saving.
yeah, some men are like savior. Like I'm
Yeah.
not a savior. I'm not like I'm gonna
Yeah.
get you out of here, honey.
Save you. Grab your
Daddy.
coat, say
No.
goodbye to no one.
But I like see her as a person where I'm like, dang, that job would suck. You know?
You see her as a person.
Yeah, whereas like there are men like you hang out with and they're like, oh hey honey, you know, and they like grab her ass or whatever.
Yeah.
And they think she's there for their entertainment. There's a dichotomy there. And I think the article was being extreme of being like there's two types of men.
Right.
The men that look
But
at
that's the
women
best
like me,
journalism.
the men-
Obviously, there's nuance, but like, yeah.
But for the
But-
most part, in that field, that makes the most sense to make it that like
Yeah.
cut dry.
And I think it's like we've all seen the romantic comedy where it's like the guy that like looks at women like me, he's like sleeps around with women, and then whatever white face comes along, and
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know their names.
great. No, white face is that is actually her real name. Yeah.
Comes
They
along.
changed it at Ellis Island, but yeah, that's her real
and
name.
then he like falls in love with her, and they're like friends, and then she,
Yeah.
what's that? How
to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
That's like
Yeah.
the
Love
exact
it,
premise
yeah.
of that, right? And so I do think there is like something going on there with his emotions. I don't know.
Right.
I haven't met
No,
the guy.
I mean that's why you're here, Larry, because that's important.
You've
Now,
also never had a white straight male perspective. You're the minority.
Well, we're
Welcome.
underrepresented in society, so Finally.
Finally, we're giving white man a microphone.
I know.
There's not enough white men with microphones, you guys. There's not. Give LinkedIn Larry a microphone. Oh my
We
God.
need more white men with microphones.
Dude, the other day I had to do, sorry to diverge.
No,
here,
I
but
love
the other
this.
day
It's okay. I don't know a bridge. You can diverge. It's fine, honestly.
I had like at work, I work in a corporate environment, so we do leadership trainings. You gotta like create your core values, right? And it kind of boils down to like 3 words. And so mine are like, I'm creative, I'm collaborative, and diverse. I really like diversity. Very involved in diversity, right? My girlfriend's got proof
I
of
was
that.
gonna say I
in
have
my
a black
personal
girlfriend.
life.
Yeah.
Hey.
And so like I
That's
did
how
it.
you know you're not racist. Just kidding. Sorry.
Yeah.
Look at me. I got a black.
I usually don't tell people
Nina,
that because it
walk in,
sounds
please.
weird.
Just kidding.
We gotta show everyone that he's.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. We never had a white man here before, so we don't know what to do with
We're
ourselves.
testing out our best jokes, okay? We've been wanting to do this for a while. Actually, in fact, this is a roast. We're going to bring in all your ex-girlfriends that you ghosted. It's a ghost roast.
It's a ghost roast.
Okay, so
sorry,
you love
continue.
diversity.
Sorry, and I was doing like
We
a
love black
speech
people.
on diversity, and there's like 10 white dudes on the screen, and I'm like, what do you guys think we could do better about diversity at our company? And they just like blank face, straight face, 10 white guys, all look exactly the same. They're like, I think we do it pretty well. And I'm like,
Jesus Christ, was one a redhead? At least?
not even.
Oh my God, white people love
I'm
a
like-
redhead as a diversity.
I like had to like look around and be like, hey, you guys not in the same room as me? Or what? Like,
Is this the right Zoom room?
We're like, no, I'm colorblind.
Yeah, right. Is this mic on? Am I
Right.
unmuted?
Yeah.
No, we see you're the diversity here at Broke Girl.
okay, cool.
Yeah,
There
you
you go.
bring the diversity higher here. The
Exactly.
DEI is you.
Hey.
But
Okay.
I was gonna say we should do level 4 of ghosting.
Oh yes,
no,
okay,
you
level
skipped
4 of
3.
ghosting.
The maximum
What's
level.
3
What
though?
was 3?
Or sorry, we
3.
skipped 3 because
Okay.
4 is so intense.
Oh, yes. 3 is just it's dead. It's dead in the water. You moved on. Okay.
Well, I guess
what's
there's been 3, but we categorized the
the
second one
second
as like a
sub.
side
Okay, but
category,
4.
right? The
4.
haunting.
Yes, the
right?
haunting.
So this is the last one, and
Okay.
it's the worst. And I've been guilty of this. It's like you're in like a committed relationship
Larry, no.
with a girl.
Larry, no. We just talked about how I liked you as a white man.
Well, yeah, this is
He's owning up to it. Okay, he's
Yeah,
holding.
so
Okay,
like
okay,
full-
okay.
Accountability.
We
Accountability.
listen and we silently judge. Go.
Yeah.
full committed relationship, and you get in a fight, and you're just like ghost. You just cut it off after the fight, completely block each other, the whole thing.
Wait, who?
Wait, block each other or you just blocked her?
Yeah.
Because there is a difference.
Well, no, she could have blocked me. No,
Larry, how long were you dating for?
this is like high school girlfriend level, right? Like this is like me and my high school girlfriends, like way we would break up with each other, like
Oh, okay.
full.
This one is
So
okay.
it's like young, right?
Oh my God, I thought you were like talking about like as a grown adult.
But this is a thing people do. This is a thing, like the full like ghost breakup, like.
Oh yeah,
Full
Morgan
Lebowski.
did that to me. Remember when? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but Morgan, he zombied though. He came back
Yeah,
around.
he came back eventually. I mean, like, but he like just ended up being like, yeah, I'm cool off this, and just like deleted me and like blocked me, and that's where the intervention episode came about.
Yeah,
Classic
great
episode.
classic.
And,
You should
and
watch that one.
that
Yeah.
level of ghosting, I feel like, is the most. Like, I almost feel bad for the ghoster because it's like you're fucked up.
Yeah.
Like you have problems, right? Like you have there's something going on that if you
Yeah.
you can't address like
It's
the
also very
person you've
manipulative.
had a
It's
relationship
very
with.
manipulative. At
Yeah,
that
it's
point, I feel like if you're in a serious relationship and you're just ghosting out of nowhere and just like not, that's manipulative. I think that's not even. That's like That's why it's level 3, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like you're doing it because you're really trying to actually very much hurt.
Yeah, it's
person.
like the.
Yeah.
But are you feeling bad for them or is that pity?
Well,
you
I
have
think
for
what
them?
the ghoster, the person that's doing the ghosting, is doing is they're like in pain. They're feeling like just anger and
Mhm.
guilt, and they're just like white knuckling, like this feeling, right?
But they're just cutting someone off and just doing it by themselves.
The straight cut ties, right?
That is crazy. But
Yeah,
when
it's
you
hard.
did it with your when you did it in high school though, didn't you see the girl the next day? Like you were in
No.
high school.
She went to a different school.
Oh,
shut
okay.
the fuck up.
So you could
really do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I do have to say, I had an ex-boyfriend, Moscow, who would manipulate me sometimes we would get into an argument, and my biggest pet peeve is when someone hangs up on me. And we were in a long-distance relationship.
Yeah.
So, like, that was
That's
a big thing.
brutal.
It's brutal. Because my thing is I would always tell him, if this argument is getting too much, like, we literally had a safe word. I was like, just say it, and then I'm going to be like, okay, call me later. But he would never use the safe word because he felt like, he's a toxic-ass motherfucker. We learned this later.
Yeah.
He's still toxic. But he would hang up on me, and I would call him. And he would just, nope.
that's-
And he would look at the phone. He even told me he would look at the fucking phone, and he would just, like, decline every third one, every
That's the
fourth
type of
one.
shit that'll make me pop off. And I don't ever get angry. I'm a very patient, calm person. But the thing that really fucking gets me is if you fucking ignore me.
Don't.
And I know you're seeing my call. I know, like, I will pull up. I don't give a fuck where you
Girl,
live.
I was 1,700
I'm
miles
flying
away,
out.
and I was
flying
I was
out.
literally,
Yeah.
there was one time where I was like, I'm so glad Alyssa is my neighbor, because there was one time where I literally was like, bitch, I'm about to take the Uber to LAX, and she was like, calm down. I was like, no, I'm literally about to get on a flight. I'm going straight to his house. But like that type of manipulation, I don't know if I can ever feel empathetic for him though.
I don't think you have to, like that.
I do feel pity for him though. To that point,
that's
though.
I think that's the better word. Is like pity, because like this person's about to have all kinds of problems for the rest of their life.
Right. They're not
is.
confronting. They're just going to carry that fucking trauma to the next one.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing,
And
as
that's
we've
literally
learned.
just going to keep damaging. Yeah.
He's just keeping.
Wait, what's level 4? That's really fucked
No,
up.
that is the one. It's
I
for
think
the
that's, like,
sub candle.
maximum
That's the maximum.
level.
Yeah.
But okay, but have you done that where you've ghosted someone in a committed when you were like committed in a relationship and you
as
were
an
like
adult.
as an adult?
Yeah, like, but
Honestly,
but
is it too,
let
is
me
it too much to talk about your ex?
yeah, give me the butt on this one.
Okay.
So I have had I grew up in like a white trash town
Fair.
where drugs and alcohol were very prevalent. I have had multiple serious girlfriends where we started dating, everything was normal, and she got on drugs and like went off the deep end.
Oh, that's
Like
fair.
multiple girlfriends like that.
You know what? That's fair.
That's fair.
That's
Okay.
actually, as someone who's been with addicts, that's fair. I get
Yeah.
that. Okay.
So
Yep.
like that, and that's like I
Yeah.
feel like a different thing.
Subcategory, that is a ghosting for yourself and like
That's
yourself.
boundaries.
That's
not even,
safety.
that's just safety and boundaries.
We'll
right
call that
there.
one the ghost ship. What's that movie where they're all the ghosts are dead on a ship?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, that's Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one. Parlay. Okay, that's a parlay. Okay, so that was like when you were just like, I had to do this to get out.
That's like
Yeah.
adult life.
That's a yeah. Okay, cool. And that also feels like a really healthy one because you're like, I don't want you to have any my information.
And my high school girlfriend, like to bring it all back and redeem
Mm-hmm.
myself. My high school girlfriend, like at way after high school, she was like still around, and like we like hooked up. We like somehow found each other on social media,
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, and like found each other and like hung out and we hooked up. And then like I was older at this point, and I had to have a conversation. Like we
Okay.
can't be together, and it was like, you know, she kind of lost her shit. You know, we're gonna be together one day. We were meant to be together, and I was like, I can't do it. We have to stop. And then like that was like ended in like a normal adult way, right? So it's like, yeah, like we had the ghosting and came back, but like in the end, at 21 or 22 years old, however old I was, like it did end with me being like, okay, like actually,
You like actually said something.
I did the Rose style. I was like, bitch.
Yeah. Okay, but how did that feel?
Well, it felt better, like it had closure.
Yeah,
because
when you ghosted before,
it
like,
wasn't
did you
like
ever-
white knuckling guilt, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like sick to my stomach, like.
Well, you would feel guilty before when you've ghosted somebody or just ignored them, right?
Oh, of course,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I'm not stupid. I know what's happening on the other end of that
Yeah.
phone. You know, that's why at the beginning I said like, no answer is an answer. No response is a response, because you know what's happening on the other end of that
I mean,
phone.
yeah.
We all have phones. We all know how text messaging works. Like, get out of here with like, I didn't see the text message. Like, that's
Yeah.
craziness.
Do you know what the weird thing is about the like, you know how phones work and all that stuff and no answer is answer? Is I, in a weird way, wished Miller would have just blocked me, but my text messages still went through as blue and all that. Like, I would have been fine if a text
Dude,
message came
I
back as
love-
green.
When someone at at work or whatever rejects my call, I'm like, thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
I
for
just
not
would
letting it
appreciate-
ring 25
Right.
times.
And this
Thank you.
motherfucker would let the times
Yeah.
I would call him, he would let it go to voicemail.
Yeah, you're just like, come on.
Yeah, no, just I'd rather you just decline it because in a weird way it's
Because then your psycho brain starts going. You're like, did he die? Is he in a car accident? Is his phone lost? Like,
exactly. But the whole thing where I'm like, no, these text messages kept going through, and then that's like when I sent the last one where I was like, I'm not blocked. And I think that I would have, in a weird way, I would have at least been like, tells me what type of person you are if you blocked me.
yeah,
You know, or yes, I know.
You know what's going on.
I know what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you have any more questions? I'm very
I
curious.
kind of want to talk about your relationship with Nina a little bit before we like wrap up. Like just kind of bringing in because you said that Nina is like the person that you didn't ghost.
Yeah, what was
And you guys have been
that?
together for like literally so long.
So 13 years. but
Yeah,
we had like
on and off.
serious rough patches.
You guys were, yeah.
Okay.
But what made it different with Nina that like you decided to not be that avoidant? Or did you still feel like you had avoidance there or whatever? Like, can you guide me through that?
Why
Yes.
is Nina the one?
So, like,
Why do you love my best friends?
there's,
Tell me why you love her.
Tell
They-
me about why she's great.
there's for sure like avoidance in our relationship, right? Like, and we both have like our quirks, and she's a child divorce and like has trauma in her life from being young too. So like we're not perfect. Like
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
always caveat that. Like people see us together now after 13 years and they're like, oh, everything you guys have is so special. I was like, yeah, well,
You
you
earned
should have
it.
seen us at 25 years old, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
ripping each other's throats out. But the difference with Nina than any other girl I've ever dated is Nina was like family instantly. Like it's like beyond like the friend that you're fucking. It's beyond the person that you have sex with. It's beyond anything like that. Is like we were like family almost.
Yeah,
We're like
yeah.
husband and wife when we first started dating. right?
Oh.
Yeah. And she like fits in like a glove with your family too. And like,
Yeah.
How did you guys meet? Because I don't know that.
So I was like, I have a fun story. So I used to be like a heavy drug user.
Oh, okay.
Heavy drug user. And so when I came off like hard drugs, I needed a job because I was broke.
Got it. Yeah.
So what I found out I could do, my stepdad, my mom's second husband, he like ran LA County Parks and Recreation. And he was like, you get a job being a lifeguard, you make pretty good money at the pools. So like I started training to be a lifeguard, became a lifeguard. Nina on the other end had become a lifeguard and was working like at the office. So we met through the lifeguard system at the pools.
Okay, cute.
Yeah.
You
and,
guys
like,
have
two
been
lifeguards fell in love.
keeping each other afloat ever since. I love that. You're a fan of her breaststroke, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Come on, Michael Phelps, let's go.
How do you, I feel like, okay, whenever
Nina's like a black version of Wendy Peppercorn.
Yes, she.
I don't know who Wendy
Oh, I was about to be
Oh,
like, wait,
dude.
I had to stop and be like, wait, Steph, do you? Nope, I didn't.
Who's Wendy Peppercorn?
It's a white person thing.
It's from Sandlot, the movie Sandlot.
Sandlot. I'm sick and tired of every day with the lotion.
Okay. I love Sandlot.
And he
but I
like
totally
pretends to
forgot.
drown, and he's like,
Yeah, he pretends to drown.
Yes.
He's like
that
the
was-
nerdy kid with glasses, and then he gets
Yeah.
the
Yes,
hot
oh, that's
lifeguard.
so fun.
so he
okay.
like kisses her, and she's
I love
just
that
like,
movie.
I know, so that's her
Just about the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It is kind of like a little rapey vibes. 'Cause
And
doesn't he
for
like grab her
sure.
head?
Yeah, he grabs
though?
her
Like-
head, and then she
Yeah.
pulls back, and then she's like, stop,
Right.
Very weird.
Okay, so every time me and Nina we like talk about our relationships with each other, it's so funny to like hear your guys' dynamics because me and Brian like we could be very emotional and it could just be like ah! And then we like talk it through after we like just get really emotional. But with you guys, I feel like it's like this like silence. Like you guys are just very
Oh,
like
God. The silent
Stoic?
treatment
yeah,
is
stoic,
brutal.
like complete opposite. Like I feel
Are
like
you
me
guys,
and
like,
Brian can't hold it in. Like
are you like
So-
two ghosts bumping
Yeah, I
into
know.
each other in a house? Like,
Nina is like silent treatment. Like if I do something wrong,
Yeah.
I get the like and however long the silent treatment is how bad the thing I did. Like
so you always measure.
there's a
how
direct
much it's
correlation. It's like, oh, this is gonna be a 3-day silent treatment, or this is a
Oh my
2-hour silent
God.
treatment.
The
right?
silent treatment is
the silent
crazy.
retreat.
And
Okay.
I'm-
That's fun. That's scary too. That's a
I'm
little-
like Catholic Irish, like bred, where I'm just like swallow the pain.
Yep, I was about to be like, sit in
nothing's
it.
wrong. Yeah.
Yep.
We don't talk about anything.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Then when you guys do talk about it,
And
like,
then when you have a kid too, you can't just be in the kitchen being like, da 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 da. You know, you got to be like,
yeah, hey, Lily,
Wish
what do
you
you
told
want for
my
dinner?
parents that.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, just like give your wife or girlfriend a dirty look.
Yeah.
It's just like don't even look each other.
and then you'll do like, this is what's really fun about being a parent. You'll argue through your kid, and you'll be like, you'll be like, you can't have candy for dinner, and I'll be like, Lily, you could have a candy. Like it's like, you know, like that kind
That's
of.
your
That's your
manipulation.
sister
That's your
thing.
sister. You're
Oh
like, you're like,
my-
I'm in a house with women. I could play this fucking game
and that's
again.
what, okay, so sorry, I'm like ratting Nina out, but she told me about this one.
Oh no.
And she was just like, am I crazy? Like she had to like say it out loud to me to see if I was, if she was overthinking or whatever. But I guess because Nina's like very big on like waste and like plastic and stuff like that. And she also doesn't.
She told me.
And again, this is going back to your like sister thing, like how to, and I guess she doesn't like when you microwave like plastic like dishware.
Oh. Okay.
But
That's
then
it's a
Larry
bad one, Larry
microwaved plastic dishware. And then she called him out on it. And then you were like, well, then why do we have plastic dishware? And she's just like, whatever. And then she saw that you threw it away.
Yeah, I threw it in trash.
And
I was
then
like,
she
we're not going to use the plastic bowl. I'm going to throw it away. Yeah.
And she was just like, should I be pissed? I was like,
I can't tell if that is diabolical or just so smart. Like, is it smart? Is it terrible? Like, that was like, because I'm also
It was
like,
a little
I can hear.
vindictive on my
Yeah,
part.
yeah, yeah.
It was definitely
But going
vindictive.
back-
But
to,
I
like, your
understand
whole-
both sides.
yeah, I understand both sides.
Don't put plastic in the microwave. Why do we own plastic that you can't put
No
in the
one's
microwave?
really
yeah.
wrong. It's just like different
Yeah.
viewpoints,
Oh my God.
But
But
that
throwing
was
it away
funny.
without telling her, that's.
Well, and this is like maturity, right? We're mature now. So, like,
Obviously.
I am mature, right? I'm still like a 19-year-old boy. out
Yeah,
there,
it's
right?
fine. We all are. It's okay.
But like, so when I did that, she was like, "Hey, I feel like I'm really into sustainability and like not consuming a lot of waste, and I feel like you're annoyed by that." And then I explained, like, no, I'm not annoyed by that. Like, I took college architecture classes about like sustainability. I'm really into it. I think it's a really cool thing you do. And then like we get over it, right?
Yeah.
Like that's like the level of that's like being mature, I guess, or whatever.
Well, I think
No, it's
like
great.
I feel like there's like a thing that happens like in relationships, and I'm seeing that with you and like with me and Brian. Is like you have your initial like really emotional reaction, whether it's like you just get the silent treatment or you just start like getting really loud and like wear your heart on your sleeve. And I feel like you guys do the silent treatment versus me and Brian, where we're like, ah! And then it gets to a point where you're like, you let it out or you sit with it for a while, and then you have that conversation and be like, actually, I'm sorry, or you
Yeah.
like talk it out,
Well, and I've had to like
Well, it should at least. That's the mature way of doing it.
So, like, I'm not, like, a yeller. I'm not, like, an arguer. I've never been, like, I had a girlfriend one time that was like, I hate that you won't argue with me because it feels like you don't love me, right? Because she was, like, she was a little toxic. She was toxic.
But I understand. Oh no, but I get.
She
My
was-
toxic trait when I was 19, I thought that was love because of how my parents would
Yeah.
fight publicly.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
she was
I
like
get
that.
that. Yeah.
Like,
But-
you're ignoring me.
But
Mhm.
my way of fighting is, like, have another cupcake kind of thing, right? Like,
yes,
it's that
it's the cutting.
And so I have to be, like, really careful about losing my temper because I may say something that's, like, not okay.
Oh,
you
and
know?
and you probably say it in
Or
such a
throw away the
normal
plastic
tone.
bowl just
Yeah.
to like make
Or
a
throw it
point.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw away the plastic bowl. Or you say something in such a cutting, normal tone that's even more hurtful because
Yes,
the monotoneness of
that's-
it, you're like, you can't yell at some. If you're yelling at someone who's calm, you look crazy.
And like going back to like being that, like that was my father. Like my dad was like a gnarly alcoholic, and he was he had a genius level IQ. He took an IQ test in rehab and got a genius level, and they're like, "This is amazing. You're like a genius." And he said, "Well, why the fuck am I in rehab?"
Oh,
Right.
damn,
Yeah,
that's
isn't that
real.
brutal?
That's real though.
Right,
That's
right.
fucking
That's
real. Yeah.
So he was like that, where he'd get drunk and mean and say like the most brutal, cutting things to people. I feel like I picked that up a little bit, and then having some psychology of women, like I think it's just a
You
bad.
knew what to say and what to do to like kind
It's
of
a bad-
You had the
And how
trifecta.
would Nina react? Like, because I mean, for instance, like when you say like certain stuff like that, like what does she ever like give you an attitude? Like I know she does the silent treatment, but is there any moments that she's just like, What the fuck? Did you just say to me?
No.
Okay.
Nina's a silent treatment.
Yeah,
and if she has an
Nina's not the most reactive. You're right.
No, Nina's not reactive. She's really good about. Yeah, she should have been Catholic Irish because she like. Dude,
I literally told her that once when she talks. I'm like, you remind me so much of my aunt, who's an Irish Catholic woman. Yeah,
she's really good at holding grudges and just like swallowing anger and just like, yeah, she's really good at that. But yeah, she's like the silent thing.
Or she'll think it through too. She'll think about it in her head and she'll sit there and just really process something before she reacts. Yeah. Like with anything. Like I remember when the fires were I feel like the fires just brought out like the actual like human in us, because when we weren't like in the hot zone, but we were pretty close. So it was like, do we leave or do we stay? You know, and like your guys remember electricity went out, but then you weren't like told to evacuate. But then for me, I'm like, shit.
I came to my house.
Right. I literally like, and even Brian was pissed because he was like, you just were so reactive. And like I will I react quick and I just jump on my emotions versus like Nina, who just like will think it through, like, do I actually need to evacuate? Is that gonna actually be like effective right now? Because I remember Brian was like, we should have just done what Nina does because Nina thinks things through and you don't.
Oh damn, dude.
Yeah, it's like next time I'm just gonna like just see what Nina's doing, because I feel like,
oh my god,
yeah, because Nina is the type of person, like, she's like, we call her the level-headed Virgo. Like she's gonna like,
yeah, she's like the one that all her friends call when they have problems.
Yeah.
But I'm like Nina, like. When she has a problem, she won't call anyone. I'm like, you need to call your friends. All those girls, like Steph's, like every problem they have, they call you. Like you need to call.
Yeah,
that is the biggest problem with level-headed. Nina and Lauren, same fucking person. Literally the sun.
She takes on everyone's problems.
They are the sun for everyone's universe, but no one's asking the sun if it's okay.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, it
I
needs
know. Nina always is like the one that's like wants to and does it for everyone else. But love Nina.
And then she's stuck with me, who I'm just like blank face, emotionally mute, like
throwing away bowls. You should have been recycling it.
But like you seem to both bring. I think that's probably like why people then see you guys and are like, oh God, you're such a great parent, because you seem to then bring out the both of like, you know what I mean, bring out enough of each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it just seems really like not necessarily opposites, because there are a lot of layers because of, like you said, it's like divorced parents, so like all that.
She could probably lean towards avoidant, I think, too. She's not like the anxious attachment style.
Well, I mean, silent treatment is avoidant.
Yeah, very avoidant. But she's also very like thinks things through and is very intentional.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't want to throw Nina's business out here, but like Nina when she was a kid was like a crier.
Yeah.
So like if she loses her temper, she's gonna cry. And so I think just like over the years of like
having to be strong.
Yeah, crying is like, yeah, you don't, like people don't want to cry. It's like, it's like having to poop in front of someone. You're like, don't look at me.
Yeah. I don't poop. I don't know what you're talking about. Nope. It's unlike her, which is like the complete opposite.
No, I struggle with crying in front of people. I always have to like laugh about it when I'm crying in front of people.
Yeah, no.
When I'm by myself, it's different. But I'm like, oh my God, I have to make a joke about it. I can't like just sit with it.
But it's also I do deeply admire about you, because I realized when I got off the FaceTime with you today, I was like, that's the second time you've ever seen me cry. Because I am also like, when I'm like, no, because I used to cry all the time as a kid, and they would be like, the Irish Catholic family, nope, you're too sensitive. You're gonna, if you cry now, you're gonna lose all your tear ducts. You won't have anything for my funeral. That was my grandmother. I hope she dies. Holy she's a terrible human being. No, Ethna's a horrible human being. Fuck that bitch. I hope she's dead. But terrible things. But then now I'm like, no, to a point where one of the moments that had with me, he was like, it was so hard watching you cry, because I will cry and talk like this, which is when I was telling you about like the monotone thing where I'll just have tears, and he was like, that shit is scary, because it's just like, I'm like, I'm fine, bro, I don't know why you had to lie to me. And it's just like these just very that's tough, because that's tough scary to do, because for me, like when I cry, like I can't help it. And I always try to like talk through it, but I always have to be like, wait, hold on, because I just can't. You just gotta let it do. But you also have to like cry, because it actually really does release toxins, and it's like very good for your body.
So good for your body.
So
I've only cried like once in the last 10 years. Like
Okay, well, we need to have you on more and try to make you cry.
But yeah, like well, I cried like when my dad died, right, at the funeral,
right,
and like it felt so good.
Right? That's why you have to cry more, Larry. I literally was telling these guys the other day where he was like, I feel like I just really want to just like release. And I was like, cry. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, when you cry, it just feels so good.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't like crying in front of people. I cry all
I
the time.
So know what's
cried.
happened to me lately as I've gotten older, especially
Crying in
with
the shower?
having a daughter.
Oh.
Every movie with a parent, it's like I have to like stand up and walk over to the kitchen. We were watching like some stupid like robot movie, like children's like cartoon.
Wild Robot.
And I'm like
Wild
like,
Robot with Lupita. That movie is
my
not a
God.
good movie.
Really?
No, girl.
dude, it was brutal.
Bawl your eyes out.
It sounds,
Shout out to that movie.
It sounds so stupid, but it's like a robot becomes the parent of a
Because it's like
duckling.
chosen. I was just like,
It's
Oh my-
chosen family. Yeah, that's like yeah, we have an adopted daughter. I'm like losing it on the couch.
and it's
in
a
front of a
robot.
cartoon.
relate.
Follow,
to the-
like mothering
gosh.
nature,
Yeah.
though. So it's like
Yeah.
the future mothering the.
Yeah.
I don't know why I got
I
me all
can't.
teary right
Gosh,
now just
yeah.
thinking about it.
Oh my
and
gosh,
Lupita's
well,
the
plug
robot.
Yourself. Plug yourself to it.
Okay, anyways.
Well, anyways. Any last words, Larry, about ghosting?
This wasn't that scary, right?
No, I just want to recap the ghosting.
Okay.
Ready?
Level 1,
Baby ghost.
baby ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Level 2, side ghost, haunting,
Mm-hmm.
miscommunication.
Yeah.
usually.
Yep.
Level what are we
3.
calling?
3.
3? Is
Yeah.
that okay? So we're skipping 2.
Oh no.
2 was the side ghost.
Side ghost,
two is
haunting
side
one.
ghost.
Yeah, 2.
3 is like partially dating
Yep.
ghost,
Okay.
and level 4,
It's when
the
you're
devastator,
The devastator.
full
The
dating,
Devastator.
and then ghost.
Yeah, full like
Yeah, it's fucked.
intense
Yeah.
ghost.
Oof.
The old what is it? The
Brutal.
oldest ghost is always the scariest ghost. So yeah, that's like one you have to like
Yeah.
learn, you know.
It hurts more. You know.
Ooh. But also, okay, I'm just gonna ask, just end it on this question: should people ghost?
No. I mean, you know my answer to this. Larry.
I would say no.
Okay, but like pretend that we cut. Like,
Yeah.
what would your real answer be?
I think sometimes it is appropriate, and I brought up like example of the drugs, right?
Yeah,
I think
that's a good one.
I feel
sometimes
like
a
there's always
ghosting is
exceptions for
appropriate.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when someone's
That's
circling the
boundaries.
drain, you have to let them go.
Yeah, and I feel like there's people that psychologically, even without drugs, psychologically, they like need to be like let go and like, but
I feel like when my like high school boyfriend kind of ghosted me or cut me out at the end, I felt like I deserved it, to be honest.
Mm.
Yeah, because I feel like I was on some toxic shit, and he was nothing but I want to say he was perfect. He obviously wasn't, but he really tried hard for the relationship, and I think that I took that for granted. And I was the type that would probably go in and out whenever I wanted. So I think that at one point, yeah, he kind of ghosted at the end, and I think I deserved it.
You know what?
I deserved that ghosting.
Maybe
I'll own up to it. You know,
I like that idea. And it makes me think maybe I should ghost. Then maybe I should join the club.
No, that's different. because
R.I.P.
no.
Let me
No.
die. Woo-doo.
No,
fuck it. I'm ghosting hoes. You've convinced me. This was an intervention to convince me to start ghosting. I'm gonna I'm gonna become unmature, and I'm just gonna start
No.
ghosting bitches left and right.
Just continue to be yourself, because I know you're not the type to ghost.
Exhausting.
Because you need to write out the ending.
Well, that's my other thing. That's why I don't ghost. I just want the last word.
Yeah,
Ghosting
we need an
fe-
end scene.
ghosting feels terrible for the ghoster and the ghosty. Like that's
Yeah,
that's
fair.
the reality.
That
No
of it,
one's
is both
happy with
people-
him, so
yeah,
let's
no,
not
it's-
fucking do it.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Maybe I'll
plug
phantom
yourself.
thread him. I don't know. Anyways, Rose _ Stone or the new blogontheblock.com.
And Larry doesn't have social media.
No.
but do you
LinkedIn
wanna-
Larry,
Do you
though?
want to
Call.
plug your LinkedIn?
Follow Nina Watson at
There you
Instagram.
That's not even her handle.
Some photos of me will pop up on there.
I don't even think that's her
That's
handle.
not even her handle. I love that. Just some random poor bitch is gonna be like,
I don't have
Who's all
Instagram. I don't know.
He's like, just follow my girlfriend.
follow my girlfriend.
And
Oh.
then follow me, Stefanie Maegan, or go to brocotherapy.com. All that shit is there. And let me know if you want this white man back. Just kidding.
Bring Larry back. Bring Larry back. I think Larry and Isaac need an episode.
Oh,
Dude.
talk about avoidant.
I think it'd be fun to do some like drug stories because that's like something I
Oh,
never talked to
shit.
Nina about, but I have some like really good fun.
Okay, well, until next time. To
Until
be
next time.
continued.
To be continued.
Broke girl therapy.